Hey guys, it's Amy, and today I just want to take a quick minute to answer this big question or this big issue that a lot of my new clients have when we get started on a new program. So when people come to see me as a health coach and a trainer, they're usually ready to start a fitness program. They've already decided in their mind they're going to either start a new exercise program or increase the program that they're working. But most of them haven't really thought or aren't usually ready to address the eating part of that, which is absolutely huge. As you may have heard tons of other people or trainers say that you can't out-train or you can't out-exercise a poor diet, and that is absolutely true. So what I recommend if you're really trying to lose some weight and your nutrition or eating is really off key, it's very important to work with someone who's qualified in that, work with a coach, a trainer, a dietitian, someone who really knows what they're doing, because you want it personalized to you. There's a lot of things that you can find on the internet that are free, and that's, that's okay if you find a good one, but it's so important that they're balanced, that they're safe, and that it's something that's going to work for you, for the goals that you have and your lifestyle and where you're at right now. So it's important that it's personalized. And then even the best nutrition program or meal plan does you absolutely no good if you don't follow it. So a lot of times that's what happens. Even if someone gets a perfect plan, they don't follow it because it's such a huge change and it's just kind of one impossible, overwhelming task when it is looked at long term. So I'm just going to go through what I do with my new clients to really get them on track to changing their eating. We always start with finding out where they're at now. So imagine if you're getting on the road and you're looking at a map or a GPS, you can't find the path to get where you want to go if you don't know where you're at right now. So we start with a food journal, and this is something you can do on paper, in a tablet. You can do it on a fitness app, or have this really cool new thing that's working with this new total transformation program working, where you can actually just take a picture of your food and upload it for journaling. But the point is just that you're tracking your food for 7 days or so, that you're writing down everything you eat or drink, anything that's going in, you're recording it, what time you're having it, and then approximate portion size, that kind of thing, and what kind of emotions, or what's the reason for the eating. Are you eating because it's breakfast time? Are you eating because you're hungry? Are you craving something? Are you tired? Are you starving? Are you stressed? Are you bored? We want to get an idea of your eating habits over that time period. So if you're always starving at a certain time, how can you make a change to that? Get a snack in there, that kind of thing. If you're bored or if you're stress eating, what are your triggers for that and how can you change that? So that's the whole idea behind a really good food journal, is finding out what your eating habits are, what kind of foods you like, picking out the really good things and keeping those, and slowly building new, healthier habits into something that's going to make long-term change and something that you can sustain. So once you've got your journal, take a look at it. We're all pretty smart in that we know what healthy foods are. Even without a degree in nutrition, you have an idea where you need to make some changes, right? We need to eat plenty of vegetables, plenty of non-starchy vegetables. We need some good healthy proteins, that kind of stuff. So healthy fats, we kind of have an idea about that. So you can take a look at your journal if you're doing this on your own and get an idea where you can start making some changes. If you're not drinking enough water, how can you start that? And kind of ease into it. So once you have an idea with the journaling, you can keep going journaling much longer. I think that's important. You should do that as well. But when you first journal for the first 7 days or so, don't change your eating habits. You want to make sure where you're at. And then with that, also get an idea of the amount of calories that you're taking in. So I'm not saying you need to count your calories every day, but get an idea of what you're taking in, and then use an online calculator to find out what your basal metabolic rate is, or basically the amount of calories that your body needs to stay at for survival. A lot of times people aren't losing weight because they've tried to diet and they're taking in way too low of a caloric intake. So you may be way above, you may be way too low, or maybe you're kind of in the right area, but you're not taking in the right kind of calories, you know, dense, nutrient-dense foods that are really going to help your body and cleanse it and take care of it. So you know what a lot of those are. Get your veggies in, get your healthy proteins, healthy fats, increase your water, get rid of soda, get rid of liquor, that kind of thing. Not that you can't ever have it, but that's the kind of stuff that's going to help you make a difference. So as you start changing those habits, continue journaling, but also start making a food plan and prep. So decide what kind of meals you're going to eat for the whole entire next week. What will you have for breakfast? What will you have for snack? What will you have for dinner, so that you have all of the ingredients on hand, so you don't have to go through the drive-through so much. So you're buying the healthier versions instead of having extra stuff in your cupboards that's not any good for you. You know, get rid of that stuff. If it's a problem for you, make it easier on yourself and take it out of the house. It doesn't mean you can't ever have it again, but your body needs to learn to adjust. It will learn to eat healthier foods if you slowly transition it into eating healthier foods. And one other thing that people run into a lot is self-sabotage on that. And a couple things that you need to pay attention to, especially when you're journaling too, and that's why we want to know, why are you journaling, if you're starving, that kind of thing. If you have been eating way too much sugar and way too many processed things and diet soda, your blood sugars are probably really, really messed up, and your insulin levels and all the stuff gets a little out of whack, and you're not in a normal metabolic state anymore. So physiologically, your body is craving that stuff. No matter how much willpower you have, your body's still craving that to feel good, and you feel ishy in between. So that's something you need to get out of your diet. Or maybe it's you know, something where you really crave that and you think you can't get rid of it. Allow yourself one little tiny treat. You know, what's your favorite treat? If you mentally say, I'm not doing this because I'm not giving up my chocolate, allow yourself one tiny little piece of chocolate every day, and you know you have that to look forward to. Eat all your other stuff the way you're supposed to, or the way that you gradually plan to do it, and then treat yourself a little bit, and then you don't have to feel deprived. So I hope this is a little bit helpful. Make sure that, you know, you check your plan and check what you're actually doing, and look at where the gap is and slowly make those changes. If you have questions about this, or if it's helpful, you know, feel free to share it or comment below. Or if there's a question that you have when it comes to weight loss or transforming your body, and something you want to hear about, go ahead and post it below, and I'd be happy to answer.